Hey, good evening, good afternoon, good evening, guten Tag, guten Abend, wie geht's, was ist los, ¿cómo están, how are you? I'm Dave Guerra, this is Let's Have a Chat. That's right, it's my nightly chat session, 5 to 6 minutes, and we talk about different topics. It doesn't matter. So I thank you for stopping by, thank you for watching. Tonight's topic is, it's an open forum, that's right, Wednesday night open forum. And what do I want to talk about? Right before I walked in here, I saw an article from NPR and NPR.org, nationalpublicradio.org, and they talked about the young man in Washington, D.C. wearing the Make America Great hat, standing in front of the gentleman, the Native American, Nathan Phillips, and we saw that and we heard about that. Well, the parents are now suing the Washington Post for a huge amount of money, huge, $280 million or 200 and something million dollars. It doesn't matter. What does matter is the parents are suing because the Post defamed the child for political reasons, and I get that. I understand that. And again, where I stand on that is whether who's right, who's wrong. That's not the point. The point is that there was an elder, that was a child, and the kid needed to step aside, let the elder do what he needed to do. Let him get found out. He got found out. We know now what he is, who he was, and what he didn't do. And he was not a recon ranger, because there's no such thing as a recon ranger. So, and I know this because I was in the Army, the United States Army, and I do know for a fact there are no such things as recon rangers. And so it's recon is a Marine, Rangers is Army. The two shall never mix. Unless somebody actually leaves the Marines, joins the Army, becomes a Ranger. When they left the Marines, they were a recon. But that's a whole different ballgame. I'm not going to get into it. So what I'm talking about here is that the parents are suing the newspaper. Great. Fantastic. About time. Somebody needs to hold everybody. Somebody needs to hold those that are holding others accountable. So remember what I said, that those that refuse to be held accountable are just going to do things that they're not going to be accountable for. Those that refuse to be questioned are going to be doing questionable things. The same thing applies here. If the Washington Post wants to hold others accountable, then they need to hold themselves accountable. And so good luck there, Jeff Bezos. Watch out what happens. And it's a situation that we're going to start seeing more and more of, because again, if somebody uses your image, somebody uses your whatever you're doing, and they use it for their political means, and not necessarily to tell a story, but to stir the pot. In this case, the young man standing toe to toe with that Native American, Nathan Phillips, and then they politicize that, and they make it into politics, and they turn it into politics, and they defame people. Then what happens? Who's going to hold them accountable? So kudos to the family for stepping up and saying, you know what, enough's enough. And then so that now leads us to the next thing, is we have that actor. He's an actor. That's what he is. He's an actor. He acts for a living. That's his job. That's what he gets paid. It's what he gets paid to do. He acts on a national TV show that's on Fox. He's an actor. He's a performer. I hope people get that. Well, guess what? He said he was attacked. He was assaulted by two men wearing MAGA hats, Make America Great Again hats, and that this is MAGA country and all this in Chicago. And it all just didn't seem right from the beginning, and now it's all unraveling. Now, guess what? Same thing. So who's going to hold that young man accountable? Who's going to hold that actor accountable? He did some nonsense. If it comes out that he's the one that instigated this, he's the one that initiated this, he's the one that set the whole thing up, and just to make a point, well, guess what? One, he's wrong and he should be punished to the fullest extent of the law, because if somebody else had actually really truly done that on their own, they would be expected to be punished to the fullest extent of the law. So what makes this actor immune to that? Next, whatever he was trying to do, it set the cause back 3 steps. At least 3 steps back. Because now everything that everybody else has tried to do, to correct, to make things better, to work with everyone, to do the right thing. And now this guy, in one very bad acting, very bad plan, very bad form of producing, very bad form of directing, has now set the entire situation 3 steps back. And 3, For those that supported him right off the bat, he had to be telling the truth. There was no lies. What about them? Where is their level of confidence, authenticity, and genuine? Who's calling on them? They jumped the gun before everything came out. Because, it had to be this. There was no other way around it. There was nothing else around it. No, there's no way. But the story was already unraveling to begin with. Right off the bat, I was already, not me, but I was listening to people that were already starting to pick that story apart. And it made sense, the picking apart, and sure enough, it completely unraveled. So now we've got people blaming both sides. Those that supported him because, they jumped the gun before they had the knowledge, and then those that knew the knowledge or picked it apart because of what he had and allowed it to go because he went out there and tried to pull one over on people. So who's holding those people accountable? No, they're just going to wither back into the woodwork, and then it'll pop back out the next time something bad happens. And then we'll question it. Because again, it's a whole boy who cried wolf. We've all heard that story. You cry wolf enough, and people are going to stop listening. And folks, these are the days that we don't need to stop listening. But then again, we need to quit hearing people cry wolf. That's my 2 cents. Let me know what you think. Leave your information, leave your comments, your questions down here in the comment section. I'm here to listen. I'm here to answer and talk to me. Folks, my name is Dave Guerra. I'll be back tomorrow. Have a great rest of your evening and have a great Thursday until I talk to you again.